Hey guys, this is an update video on all of the crazy things that have happened in 2020 so far. So the last video I made about that was back in the beginning of May. And back then I thought that the craziest things that were going on were the coronavirus, the murder hornets, and the economic recessions. And boy was I wrong. And I also forgot to put some stuff in the other video. So this video is gonna be all the stuff basically that I forgot to put from January all the way to the end of June. So basically the very first half of 2020. I hope that the second half of 2020 is not going to be so crazy, but I'm not holding my breath. Hang on to your hats and buckle your seatbelts. This video is going to have a lot of stuff in it. February 25th, the African-American Ahmaud Arbery was shot to death after being chased down by two white men in Brunswick, Georgia. And then a video of the killing emerges in May, prompting arrests. So I was not aware of this back when I made the video before. And yeah, I guess in May it came out. And it's really sad. All I can say is don't be racist, okay, you guys? Please do not be racist. So April 6th, radiation levels spike at Chernobyl as forest fires rage. At the center of the fires, it is 2.3 microsieverts per hour of radiation, when normally in that area it's 0.1 microsieverts. It's definitely what you would expect in the apocalypse. Chernobyl being on fire and putting out even more radiation. April 23rd, Donald Trump suggests the coronavirus might be treated by injecting disinfectant or UV lights into the human body at the White House press briefings. The government officials and disinfectant companies quickly state doing so is not only extremely dangerous, but potentially deadly. Of course, do not put disinfectants into yourself, okay? That's not a good idea whatsoever. April 29th, a mile-wide asteroid named 1998 OR2 passes within 3.9 million miles of Earth. May 7th, U.S. father and son are arrested for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery in Brunswick, Georgia, after the video of the killing surfaces. Also May 7th, the U.S. unemployment claims hit 33.3 million, or 20% of the workforce. May 8th, 2 U.S. White House staffers test positive for the coronavirus, and 3 members of the coronavirus task force go into self-isolation after possible exposure to the virus. May 18th, Trump confirms he is taking the controversial drug hydroxychloroquine against COVID-19. And then Nancy Pelosi calls Trump morbidly obese. May 22nd, in Mexico, giant hailstones shaped like the coronavirus are a sign of God to stay home. May 24th, the New York Times prints front page with nearly 1,000 names of people who have died from the coronavirus in the U.S. as the U.S. death toll nears 100,000 deaths from the coronavirus. May 25th, a video of African-American George Floyd's arrest and murder while restrained in Minneapolis police custody shows he was pinned to the ground by a police officer, and I'm not going to name his name, as he kneeled on George Floyd for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, which ignited a widespread condemnation and nationwide protests, and protests all around the world. On May 27th, America's coronavirus COVID-19 death toll passes 100,000, according to Johns Hopkins figures. That number is equal to the number of U.S. servicemen and women killed in Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan put together. So May 29th, an area near Yellowstone National Park had almost a dozen earthquakes, with the strongest measuring a magnitude of 3.1. There had been an additional 34 earthquakes in the past month. So Yellowstone is a supervolcano that if it were to erupt, it would blanket the surrounding states with ash and destroy crops. And the ash cloud could lead to significant global cooling and toxic gases that could lead to acid rain. May 29th, monkeys attacked a lab technician on a campus of a medical school in India and ran away with blood samples from 3 patients infected with COVID-19. May 30th, SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket launches carrying the Dragon capsule from Cape Canaveral to the International Space Station. It was the first private company to launch astronauts into space. June 2nd, a new outbreak of Ebola has killed 5 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo. June 3rd, the 3 former police officers are charged in connection with the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis, and then Derek Chauvin, or whatever his name is, his charge is upgraded to second-degree murder. June 4th was the 31st anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre. So thousands ignore a recent ban and mark the anniversary of Tiananmen Square massacre in Hong Kong. So June 6th, there were 5 asteroids headed towards Earth. 3 the size of an airplane, 1 the size of a house, and another the size of a stadium. And the closest got 1.8 million miles away from Earth. June 8th. The United States officially went into a recession in February, ending the longest expansion of growth since 1854, which was 11 years of growth. And this was according to the National Bureau of Economic Research. On June 8th, the Seattle Police Department was vacated and the CHAZ, or the CHOP, CHAZ stands for Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, and CHOP stands for Capitol Hill Occupied Protest, was set up, which spanned, I think, about 6 blocks, or about 9 acres of land, and they just were having different, protest stuff in there. So on June 10th, statues of Confederate figures and explorers become the focus of Black Lives Matter protests, and it leads to the removal of Confederate President Jefferson Davis and Columbus in Richmond. On June 12th, African-American Rayshard Brooks was shot dead in a drive-thru in Atlanta, leading to further protests at police violence and the resignation of the city's police chief. On June 15th, millions of cicadas were crawling out of the ground in Southwest Virginia and parts of North Carolina and West Virginia. So they do this every 17 years. They are very loud, and there can be as many as 1.5 million cicadas in a single acre. Doesn't that sound like a perfect scenario of something happening like that in 2020? June 15th, T-Mobile customers were left unable to call or text after cell phone service went down all over the country for about 12 hours. So I did hear some conspiracy theories that it was a DDoS, or a distributed denial of service attack from a foreign country, which is where a foreign country messes up your cell phone service or something. But basically, it's something that went wrong. It wasn't something of malicious intent, luckily. But I wouldn't have been surprised if it was, because this is 2020. June 16th, at least 20 Indian soldiers were killed in the first deadly clash on the Chinese-Indian border in 45 years in the Galwan Valley in the Himalayas. June 20th, Donald Trump controversially holds his first re-election rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Social media campaign through TikTok with teens and K-pop fans and others have claimed to help orchestrate a low turnout at the rally. June 20th as well, the Arctic Circle records its highest ever temperature of 38 C, or 100 degrees Fahrenheit, in some place that I can't pronounce, Siberia. June 20th, a historic dust cloud from the Sahara Desert reaches the Caribbean, I don't know how you say that, the largest for half a century. and this is not good for COVID patients. On June 21st, there was an annular solar eclipse where the sun, the moon, and the earth aligned so that the moon, which is at the farthest stage of its orbit around the earth, goes in front of the sun, but it does not completely block out the sun, which creates what is referred to as a ring of fire. But unfortunately, this wasn't seen in the US, but there were people in the Democratic Republic of Congo, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Yemen, Oman, Pakistan, India, Nepal, China, Taiwan, and Guam who were able to see it. As of the filming of this video, June 28th, currently worldwide there are 10,238,199 cases of the coronavirus. There are 504,078 deaths. In the United States, there have been 2,637,039 cases, 128,437 deaths. Yeah, that's my video. I am going to keep up with the news, and I guess depending on how much comes out, I will make another video, hopefully like end of August or like September or something. Hopefully not as bad of things have been happening, but there's a lot of crazy things that I am expecting to happen. So from June to November is hurricane season, but from mid-August to late October is the peak of this hurricane season. So that is probably going to bring a whole lot of devastation to the United States and surrounding countries. November is the presidential election. So right now, as I am filming this video, the two people who are running against each other are Donald Trump and then Joe Biden. I mean, there may be like a change or something, but there are going to be a lot of angry people if Trump wins and a lot of angry people if Joe Biden wins. So I am not really looking forward to that, and it's probably gonna get crazy. So back in 2012, everybody thought the world was gonna end December 21st, 2012, and who knows if the world was going to end anytime. I would guess that it would be December 21st, 2020, because of just how crazy this year has been going. Just want to say there have been two pandemics in this crazy world: the coronavirus and racism. And I feel to solve both, you need to love and respect your neighbor. Love and respect your neighbor no matter what they look like, whatever their background is, wherever they're from, whatever language they speak. Just be loving and kind to people. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Just don't be racist. For the pandemic, respect other people, treat others with respect, keep your distance, wear a mask whenever you're out in public, and then that will help the coronavirus pandemic. And stop being stupid and saying that you're not going to wear a mask, because masks really do help. Just wear a mask and do social distancing, and then maybe we'll be able to open up again, because then the coronavirus won't be spreading as much. So that's my 2 cents. I don't want to be seeing you coming into the urgent care or coming into the hospital because you were being stupid, okay? Yeah. Please, please, please try to stay away as long as possible from a medical facility, because every medical facility there is teeming with coronavirus patients. Thank you for watching. Comment down below and like and subscribe. Thank you.